Mama June. Not hot, not cool spoilers. Jennifer starts more problems after Pumpkin has it out with Gino. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. According to teasers for Mama June, from hot to not, Lauren Pumpkin Shannon will chastise Gino Doak for attending her meeting with Mama June. Furthermore, when Jennifer Thompson accuses Mike Thompson, also known as Sugar Bear, of infidelity, she will only raise further problems. Mama June. Pumpkin Shannon tells Gino Doak the truth, from not to hot. Watchers of Mama June. From not to hot last week witnessed Pumpkin Shannon approach June and suggest a park date. Lauren took her 2-year-old daughter to see her grandmother since she was so thrilled with her mother's development. Pumpkin needed Gino badly, but that was all. When Mama June saw her little Tink, as she refers to her, she was ecstatic. But the joyous occasion quickly soured when Gino unexpectedly turned up. Pumpkin walked out in a rage right away. According to spoilers, Pumpkin Shannon will give Gino the runaround in this week's episode. She holds him accountable for her mother's recent criminal charges and addiction. Lauren Shannon Eford won't hold back when it comes to her feelings for Gino and his behavior. He's part of the reason Pumpkin and June haven't gotten back in touch so quickly. Pumpkin Shannon is enraged not only about what happened in the past, but also because he disregarded her very explicit boundaries for the meeting on Mama June, from cold to warm. Can the family proceed as one? Will the current betrayal by Gino allow the family to move on? For the past year, Mama June and Gino have maintained their sobriety. On Mama June, from not to hot, Pumpkin and the rest of the family are still having trouble putting their trust in the two. Their reluctance to risk injury again stems from their numerous unsuccessful attempts at rehabilitation in the past. June might spend 2 years in prison as a result of unresolved legal matters. Gino Doak has 10 years to live. Viewers have observed that Gino seems to have changed for the better in his life. He accepts accountability for his deeds. He's also prepared to accept the results of his deeds. On Mama June, from not to hot, perhaps he can persuade Pumpkin Shannon that he is honest and the family can proceed in a healthy way. Jennifer is still making mischief on Mama June, from cold to hot. On Mama June, from not to hot, Jennifer, the spouse of Mike Thompson, has been a pain in everyone's side. She recently insisted that Sugar Bear stop interacting with his only child. He stretched out to Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson behind her back, but he did not resist. Jennifer is now certain that he is sleeping with a different lady. Mama June. FNT8 makes a suggestion that she believes he has reconciled with June Shannon on a romantic level. Even though there is nothing more false than this, Jennifer will still accuse Mike of being unfaithful. The audience is aware that he has been moving covertly in an effort to mend his connection with Honey Boo Boo. However, Jennifer will probably still be upset when she finds out the truth. Sugar Bear seems to be unable to get a break. The tension in the Shannon household had reached an all-time high. Mama June. Shannon was making strides in her recovery, but her tumultuous relationship with Gino Doak continued to cast a shadow over the family. Gino's presence brought an unsettling vibe, and no one felt it more acutely than Lauren Pumpkin Shannon. Pumpkin had taken on the role of caretaker for her younger sister Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson during their mother's darkest days. She had stepped up, ensuring Alana had a stable home environment while navigating the complexities of her own young family. With June's recovery progressing, Pumpkin had hoped for some semblance of normalcy, but Gino's erratic behavior kept that hope at bay. On a particularly tense morning, Pumpkin found herself alone with Gino in the kitchen. The air was thick with unspoken words and bottled-up frustration. Gino, unaware of Pumpkin's mounting anger, lounged at the kitchen table, scrolling through his phone. "Gino, we need to talk," Pumpkin said, her voice steady but firm. Gino barely glanced up. "About what?" "About you and Mama," she replied, crossing her arms. "And how things can't keep going like this." Gino sighed, setting his phone down. "What do you want me to do, Pumpkin?" "I want you to understand that Mama needs stability," Pumpkin said, her frustration bubbling to the surface. "We all do, and you're not helping." The conversation quickly escalated into a heated argument. Gino's defensiveness clashed with Pumpkin's righteous anger, turning the kitchen into a battleground. Voices were raised and harsh words were exchanged. "You think I don't know that?" Gino shouted. "I'm trying, Pumpkin. I'm doing the best I can. Your best isn't good enough." Pumpkin shot back. "Mama deserves better. We all do." June, hearing the commotion, rushed into the kitchen. Her eyes widened in alarm at the sight of her daughter and boyfriend locked in a furious argument. "What's going on?" June demanded, stepping between them. Pumpkin took a deep breath, trying to regain her composure. "Mama, we can't keep living like this. Gino needs to get his act together, or he needs to go." June looked from Pumpkin to Gino, her expression torn. "I know things have been hard, but Gino is part of this family too. We need to work together." Pumpkin shook her head. "Mama, we've tried, but something has to change." As if the family's internal struggles weren't enough, Jennifer Lamb, Sugar Bear's wife, had been causing trouble from the sidelines. Jennifer had always been a thorn in the side of the Shannon family, and her latest antics were no exception. Jennifer had been spreading rumors about June and Gino, stirring the pot and creating even more tension. She had a knack for exploiting the family's vulnerabilities, and this time was no different. Pumpkin received a call from a friend who informed her about Jennifer's latest gossip. Furious, Pumpkin decided it was time to confront Jennifer and put an end to her meddling. Pumpkin drove over to Jennifer's house, her anger simmering just below the surface. When Jennifer opened the door, she was met with a very determined Pumpkin. "We need to talk," Pumpkin said, not waiting for an invitation to come in. Jennifer smirked. "What's got you all riled up this time?" "You know exactly what," Pumpkin replied, her voice icy. "You need to stop spreading lies about my family." Jennifer feigned innocence. "I'm just sharing what I've heard." "Well, you're going to hear this loud and clear," Pumpkin said, stepping closer. "Stay out of our business. We have enough to deal with without you making things worse." Jennifer's smirk faded, replaced by a look of annoyance. "I'm not the one with a boyfriend causing all kinds of trouble. That's our problem to deal with, not yours," Pumpkin snapped. "So back off." Back at the Shannon home, June was struggling with her feelings. She loved Gino, but Pumpkin's words had struck a chord. She knew her daughter was right. Something had to change. June sat down with Gino later that evening, hoping to have a calm and honest conversation. "Gino, we need to talk about what happened earlier," she began. Gino nodded, looking remorseful. "I know, June. I didn't mean to cause any more trouble." "I know you didn't," June said softly. "But Pumpkin has a point. We need stability, and that means you need to get help too." Gino looked down, his expression pained. "I want to be better for you, June, for all of us, but I need your support." "You have it," June assured him, "but you need to take the first step." Pumpkin decided it was time for a family meeting. She gathered everyone in the living room, including Alana and her husband Josh. It was important for them all to be on the same page. "All right, everyone, we need to talk about what's been going on." Pumpkin began, looking around at her family. "We can't keep going like this. We need to make some changes." Josh nodded in agreement. "Pumpkin's right. We need a plan." Alana, always the optimist, chimed in. "I just want us to be happy again, like we used to be." June took a deep breath. "I've talked to Gino, and he's agreed to seek help, but we all need to support each other." Pumpkin felt a glimmer of hope. "That's a start, but we also need to set some boundaries. We can't let Jennifer or anyone else come between us." The family discussed their concerns, fears, and hopes for the future. It was a difficult conversation, but it was also a necessary one. They all agreed to work together and support each other through the challenges ahead. Gino started attending therapy sessions and support groups. It was a tough road, but he was determined to make it work. June stood by his side, offering her unwavering support. Pumpkin, meanwhile, focused on creating a stable and loving environment for Alana. She continued to juggle her responsibilities as a mother and sister, all while keeping a close eye on the family dynamics. Jennifer's interference began to fade as the family grew stronger and more united. They were no longer willing to let outside forces disrupt their progress. Rebuilding trust within the family was a slow and challenging process. There were setbacks and moments of doubt, but there were also victories and moments of deep connection. Pumpkin and June's relationship grew stronger as they navigated the ups and downs together. They learned to communicate openly and honestly, addressing their issues head-on instead of letting them fester. Gino's efforts to change didn't go unnoticed.